everybody. Welcome. It's Monday night. Welcome to MCU Mondays here on a holiday weekend. We're glad you joined us on this lovely Memorial Day if you're in the States. If you're not in the States, this is Memorial Day. It's a holiday here in the United States. But thank you for joining us anyways. We hope you had a great long weekend. I am your host, David. With me as always is my co-host, Debbie. Debbie, how are you this evening?
I'm sad it's Monday because that means we have to go back to work tomorrow.
But I only have to work 3 days this week. I have to work Tuesday, Wednesday, and Thursday. So I'm all good with that.
Must be nice.
I'm fine with that. So Andrew is not with us this evening. He's a touch under the weather. And so he's just not going to be here. I would say
partied too hard over the weekend.
Being that he's 20, maybe.
He didn't.
He didn't.
No, he had a really bad headache, which I can relate to. I don't know if his was a headache or a migraine, but I've had migraines and they're not fun.
Well, you know what? We've had some weird weather through here, and I know a lot of my co-workers and colleagues have been suffering with, there's just been, it's like rain and then it doesn't rain anymore and then everything goes nuts and the allergies have been playing havoc.
Yeah, all last week, I think it rained every single day here last week. And I swear to God, I woke up every morning with a migraine.
We have thunderstorms rolling through right now.
I don't know if it was the barometric bull crap. I don't have allergies, so that's not it. But yeah, I was just like, man, every morning it was just like raw. And then it would take me an hour or two to be somewhat normal. I'm never normal, but you know what I mean.
So other than that, yeah, we're good. Let's talk about Jessica Jones. We did have, I think, hang on a minute, because I think Andrew sent out some news. I guess MCU Direct is reporting that Mark Ruffalo will possibly be in Spider-Man Brand New Day. This is from thedirect.com. I saw something. I don't remember.
Yeah, there was a fan question from @Vigilante Vibes Podcast over on Threads.
Okay.
In relation to what you just said, in what context would either of you like to see Bruce Banner in Spider-Man 4?
Well, let me think.
Well, I heard somebody say on TikTok, because I follow a lot of geeky TikTok people, and somebody said that it's possible that he knows Peter Parker, that he remembers, I should say. And I'm trying to think,
how would that be possible?
Well, if he was off world, because I'm sure Thor remembers him.
You know what though? I want to say they could get away with it because let's think about the lore that the MCU has given us thus far. He was last seen in She-Hulk, in the She-Hulk TV show, and he disappeared. He went off-world to Sakaar, where he picked up his son.
Oh, okay. So that would make sense.
He was off-world.
Yeah. I'm trying to think if She-Hulk took place before or after.
I don't remember. I'd have to look at the timeline. Look at timelines and stuff like that. But
yeah, if he was off-world, then yeah, he would remember.
That would be the out right there. So,
because Thor would remember,
and the Guardian. Well, no, maybe not Star-Lord.
Yeah, Star-Lord's back on Earth, but the other
Guardians would. Yeah,
not that they know him
much
very well, but yeah, there's possibilities there. I kind of wish they would, and this is in regards to Hulk, I kind of wish they would kind of lean away a little bit from the Smart Hulk. I would like to see. I don't know. I always like the unhinged Hulk.
Angry Hulk.
That's just me. And there's aspects where, Smart Hulk comes in handy, but it's just like, can we have a little bit more unhinged?
You know what? To me, and maybe because we only saw him in what you call it, in a Endgame, as far as Smart Hulk goes, and to me it was, he seemed kind of like a sissy. He did not.
They nerfed him.
Yeah, it was like go and smash some things. I think it's frivolous, but whatever. And then just kind of taps the car and kicks the bike and does whatever. But even in the final battle scene, it wasn't like he was there, but it wasn't like you saw him like being Hulk and smashing things and destroying things. It was just like he was just kind of, you knew he was there, he just didn't see him. Whereas with like the Avengers movies and Ultron, that was the best one, where he was climbing that when he was, she said, I need the other guy, and then jumped up the island as it's floating up in the air, and she throws him off. Okay, we're even now, or he throws her off. We're even now. Now go be a hero. And he was like, yeah, and yes, that's the Hulk I want. I want to go be a hero and smash things.
Yeah, I think they need to have a little bit more balance. Like when he needs to go unhinged, he goes unhinged, and not be smart Hulk all the way through.
Yeah,
it's just me.
So,
but anyways, yeah, I think they can, if the timeline lines up. If he was off world, then I would think he would remember him.
Now, I think I saw something. I think it was comicbook.com had posted something and if I'm wrong, I'm wrong. I couldn't find the article before the show tonight that I saw, but I think that someone had posted that there's going to be 3 villains in the next movie. And like I said, this was comic book. I think it was comicbook.com, but don't take my word for it. But the 3
Spider-Man
was Boomerang, Scorpion, and Tombstone.
I only know Scorpion, so
I think that's what they were. But I mean, like I said, I could be completely way off base on that. It was just something I caught as I was scrolling, and I scrolled past it really quickly and didn't remember where the article came from, and I didn't keep it, but that's okay. Who would you like to see as a villain? Who have we not seen as a villain for Spider-Man, for a new Spider-Man movie? And if you're watching, who would you like to see as a Spider-Man villain?
I'm trying to remember from way back when, because I used to watch The Amazing Spider-Man with my brother, and this was probably back in the 70s. I think that was Amazing Spider-Man. Or maybe it was reruns. Who knows? I'm trying to remember who some of the villains were back then.
I know, well, like Hobgoblin. You could go with another Goblin because Ned is the Hobgoblin in the comic book. His friend Ned, the guy in the chair, basically, is the Hobgoblin in the comic book. So to see Ned come full circle would be kind of nice. Let me think. Who else was I thinking? I was thinking, Black Cat. Somebody had said Black Cat. They'd love to see Black Cat and maybe do, she's the bad guy and you fight each other, but then she's kind of an anti-villain, but not, or an anti-hero, but so kind of like a Catwoman kind of character. So to see that one.
Well, I don't know. Only because I'm such a fan of the Venom movies, I would like to see Venom come back and done properly, because the Sony one just wasn't it. Yeah, I'd like it. Tom Hardy, please, thank you. Can't get enough of Tom Hardy. I been watching him on Mobland. It's on Paramount. Gangsters, Modern Time. But yeah, if it's got Tom Hardy in it, I'll watch it. So, but yeah, I would like to see Eddie and Venom because of that one scene, post-credit scene. I think it was a post-credit in Venom where they got.
Yeah, it was the it was the second Venom, wasn't it?
Yeah, I think so. And Peter Parker comes up as Spider-Man on the TV, and Venom licks the screen. Just
that
like,
guy.
Yeah. So I would like to see that done properly as a
You can actually
villain.
You can look it up. Spider-Man Brand New Day gets 3 villains. This is from Dark Horizons. Early artwork released at a Disney panel says that the 3 villains will be Scorpion, Boomerang, and Tombstone. Disney held its Disney Consumer Products presentation in Las Vegas this week. One Instagram user posted details of what he saw in the post and has since been deleted. The posting took place around the same time other news came out of the event, such as Conan O'Brien's Toy Story 5 casting, but the post was about the new Spider-Man. Early artwork was reportedly shown confirming the film will feature Scorpion, Boomerang, and Tombstone as villains. It's not clear which ones will be secondary baddies with limited screen time and which one will be the primary ones.
So what does Boomerang do? Does he just have a boomerang?
He throws boomerangs.
In Tombstone?
Tombstone was weirder because he was in the 90s TV show, but I can't remember exactly what his. Let's see. Let me see if I can find it.
I'm looking at pictures, trying to figure out what his superhuman strength.
Let's see. Enemy of Spider-Man.
I know. Okay, so superhuman.
Works for Kingpin and Hammerhead. Was recently a member of the Sinister 12. Tombstone appeared in as a supporting antagonist in Spider-Man Into the Spider-Verse, being one of Kingpin's bodyguards and enforcers. So
they haven't even started filming yet, right?
No, I don't think so. I think it's later this year. Because it's the guy. It's the who's the director? He did. Gosh, now I can't even think of his name.
Well, we did get news that Doomsday in Secret Wars has been pushed back to what, December?
December.
And
there's a reason for that. I saw something on it that they are going to give the May 4th weekend to Mandalorian and Grogu, and they're not wanting to have the Marvel compete against the Star Wars and they're giving Star Wars back to May. So makes sense. I'm good with that. I mean, I'm fine with it. I don't mind waiting
And
another.
it's not that much of a.
Yeah, it's 6
It's
months.
not like it's being pushed 2 or 3 years like
Right.
we've seen with some of the movies. So, yeah. That'll be all right. And it gives them more time, more quality, hopefully, to do their thing.
Oh, the guy that directed Shang-Chi, he's the guy that's directing the new Spider-Man movie. So, yeah, I have honestly, I have no problem with that. I think a lot of people are suffering from the what do they call it these days, superhero fatigue. And if you want to push a superhero movie back 6 months, and I know they came out and they said they're doing what, 2 movies, 2 series, and 2 animateds a year now, or something like that. Or we talked about it last week. But if you want to push it back to later in the year, that's fine too. That gives more people a chance to digest everything. So
yeah, I don't. Personally, maybe some people do have the superhero fatigue. I don't. Give me all.
yeah, no, I have no problem. I have no problem with it. I had an issue when it was quantity over quality. I think that's where Phase 4 and Phase 5 suffered. It was like we need to shove as much crap as we can down the people's throats as fast as we can.
There was some good stuff in Phase 5. I mean, you had Guardians 3, excellent, one of my favorite movies, and then Thunderbolts was really good.
Wolverine and Deadpool was fine.
Yeah, I mean,
it wasn't all bad, but
people remember the bad stuff.
When you've got 15 things and only 3 of them are good, it makes the good ones look bad just by association. What is it? One bad apple spoils the bunch, isn't that the old phrase? So
that each phase has had their.
Oh yeah, you could go back to Phase 2. Oh, Thor in the Dark World. There you go. Phase 2 ruined. I enjoyed it, but
I enjoyed it. I enjoy most movies. There's some that, I mean, some of them have qualities that I like about them, and others is just, I don't. It's just me. I don't sit there and nitpick, and that's not me. I go to the movies to enjoy. If I enjoy it, I enjoy it.
Yeah,
some more than others.
And that'll determine too if I watch it again. That's the other big thing is, like the Eternals, I have not watched since I saw it in the theaters.
I haven't either.
Thor: Love and Thunder, I watched one time when it hit Disney Plus just to say, well, maybe it wasn't as bad as I thought it was, and then I watched it again. I was like, nope, I was right. It was as bad as I thought it was.
I've watched it a few times, but it's just like, and I think we've talked about this before, where they have these post-credit scenes and then
they don't do anything with the character.
Where's the tie-in?
Yeah.
Because Thor: Love and Thunder had, who was it? Hercules?
Mm-hmm.
Or somebody? And it's just like,
we've had Hercules, we've had there's been a lot of them. The guy at the end of the Eternals, I don't know his name.
Star Fox.
Yeah, something like that. And it's a lot of like B or even C-list heroes, to where it's like, I don't really know. I know of you, but I don't know who you are, what your deal is. So
and then there's
Doctor Strange had one.
Who was the one in? I think it was Shang-Chi, or maybe it was Eternals. Can't remember. And I'm probably getting the name wrong. Black Knight.
The Black Knight and Blade.
Yeah, it's like, okay, we're gonna see these people again.
Yeah. So it's like,
where's the payoff, people?
Yeah. Anyway, I think too, I was just looking that up. Because I thought, okay, so it is this week. Wednesday at midnight, Captain America: Brave New World will premiere on Disney Plus.
Oh,
So
see, I'll watch that.
On
and I think Thunderbolts comes out in August.
Yeah, so this coming Wednesday, we'll be able to see Brave New World again.
Yeah, I'll watch it again.
Oh yeah, that one I'll watch again.
It was decent. It wasn't horrible.
It wasn't horrible, but it wasn't. It wasn't
Harrison
the Winter
Ford.
Soldier.
Harrison Ford. Oh no. I have a hard time comparing anything to Winter Soldier.
And it even had Bucky in it just for you. So
yeah, short but sweet.
But anyway, so yes, so Wednesday we'll be able to watch that. I think that's it as far as the news goes. And that cover our fan question too. Man, we're just tearing it up. Let's talk about Jessica Jones.
Yeah,
because this was kind of a this episode was like the Andor episode, to where you had a lot of build up for the first 2 episodes, and then you kind of had a payoff on the 3rd episode for the first season of Andor anyway. So the first 2 were just kind of like, we're introducing everybody, we're getting things going, and then this one there's finally some payoff. We finally get some action to it. You're learning a little bit more about Jessica and Luke.
Now, see, I could have done without all that.
It's just a little skin, that's all. Come on.
Yeah, man. But it was like mostly the first part of the episode. I was like, okay, we get it. I don't mind sex scenes. I just don't like it when they keep doing it. I'm just like, some of my regular shows I watch, I'm like, oh, okay, I'm over it.
There we go again.
Move along.
But and I mean, it's interesting because too, you've got to think of the dynamic between the two at this point, knowing, and you'll find out at the end of this episode what Jessica has done to Luke.
Yeah, I was, because I mean, I've watched this show when it originally aired on Netflix, but that was eons ago, and I never rewatched it. I rewatched Daredevil, but I never rewatched this one. Yeah, I was just like, oh, I didn't remember that at all. But it was very pivotal because
well, and it was they talked about the bus accident. We saw the bus accident last week, week before last. Basically, how she got away from Kilgrave, and they brought in the people on the bus accident. And it was the driver and a passenger. Well, now we find out it wasn't even a passenger; it was somebody that Jessica had taken care of for Kilgrave, who also just happened to be Luke Cage's wife. So,
and I just wonder, why did he know about Luke, like his powers? But why take out the wife? I'm just trying to figure out what the connection. I'm sure it'll be revealed somewhere down the line, but yeah, when they showed that scene, I was just like, oh.
Well, yeah, and you knew it always had something to do with the wife, because she was having flashbacks to the wife, like even way back as far as the first episode.
Right.
So,
but I thought the wife was on the bus.
So now we're kind of getting the flashbacks are becoming a little more vivid to us. We also get our first good look at Kilgrave too.
Finally, which is why he was the main event on my thumbnail.
He's right there behind us, in case you haven't seen. And I love how he's getting people to do his dirty work. The cop, the family. You can't follow him. You're not supposed to follow him.
Yeah, because he's living in a different apartment now than he was from the.
And it's a different family too.
Yeah,
the kids are older.
He's moving all around town.
Yeah, and I mean it. There was a lot going on. She's trying to get the drugs. She's trying to get these Help me, Debbie. What is she getting?
I can't pronounce it, but it's an anesthetic or
Something cold.
anesthesia. Surgery. Surgical anesthesia.
Yeah.
You know, put you under.
Something in non-lethal or something like that. I don't know.
You know, starts with an S.
Yeah.
Sepentol.
Anyway, but then it's her sister, and her sister, just in case you didn't know, is the talk show host. She's a radio talk show host, right?
It's her show, Trisha.
Yeah, Trisha. So yeah, it's a radio talk show host. But she basically calls him out, and of course, Jessica's there like, "Oh, are you stupid? He's gonna come after you now." And of course, he sends him after her. And I thought this was great. I thought it was awesome because everybody was expecting it, and it didn't happen. Is that, you've got Trisha, and she's sitting here trading for all this with all this this Krav Maga stuff, and she even says as much to Jessica. She goes, "Nobody's going to take me by surprise ever again." Blah 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 blah. And then that cop comes in there, and this is one of those things. It does not matter. You could train as a martial artist. You could be a nth degree black belt in whatever martial art. Somebody is going to be.
There's always a bigger fish.
There's always a bigger fish. There's always a stronger fish. There's always somebody. I find that amusing that it's and it was like that scene in Napoleon Dynamite where he says, "Here, grab my wrist. No, grab your other hand. No, use your other hand to grab my wrist. Yeah, now grab my wrist. Now watch. I'm just going to break the wrist and walk away." And it's like, okay, so is somebody really going to grab your wrist in a fight and make sure somebody comes up to you? "Hey, I'm going to kick your butt." Okay, grab my wrist real quick. Just hold on. Just grab my wrist because I want to show you something. No, that's not the way it's going to go down. And plus, when you're in that situation, you're not thinking, "I need to do this kick and then this punch and then this." You're thinking, "I just got to do whatever I can to get away." And the person that's doing that has already thought 10 steps ahead, thinking, "This is what I need to do to subdue this person. And I'm bigger than he is, or I'm bigger than she is. And I'm, obviously this guy was a cop, so he's larger. He wasn't a donut cop either." So
she held her own for a little bit until, all it took was him just slamming her on the floor on her back, and that takes your breath away. And yeah, you can't prepare for what the other person's doing. But for me, and here we go. She's the Karen of this show.
Yeah.
Because during the whole radio thing, I was like, "Oh my God, shut up."
Listen to people that know better than you. They are there telling you, "Stop, don't do this." And, I can do what I want to. I have training, blah, blah, blah. Good. He's going to come after me. And I'm like, yeah.
Well, I've got a fortress and I got a safe room and da 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 da. Well, it helped you. Nothing.
And you let him in too. You let the cop in. That's the other thing.
I would have said, "Go ahead, go get in an arrest warrant."
Yeah, go ahead. I'll be waiting right here. And something else too. He had her on the ground, and I'm going to tell you this right now. This would have been something in her Krav Maga that she could have taken to the bank. And even if it's not part of Krav Maga, listen to me and take this to the bank. When somebody has you down on the ground and they're holding you like that and they're going, don't try to open your airway. Take your hand straight for the friggin' eye. Get them right in the eyes, because the first thing they're going to do is let go and go like that. And then all of a sudden you've got open. Go for the eye. I'm telling you right now, that's what she needed to do, was go for the eye. So, it was, there were several times when she was fighting that guy. I was like, get him. There it is. There. Oh, you had it. He was open.
Did they not teach you that in fighting class?
And when you're in a street fight like that, screw the rules. There are no rules. There's not this is a fair fight, and I'm not going to go for the junk, and I'm not going to go for the eyes. I'm not going to hit below the belt. Bull crap. when you're in a life or death situation, anything goes. You tear him up. So
yeah. So
that's my rant. I'm sorry.
In this episode, she was the Karen, and I'm talking like Daredevil Karen. She was the Karen doing stupid shit. She held her own in the fight until she didn't. But still, I was just like, come on.
Seriously.
Why do the dumb stuff? You know what he did to Jessica, and he can do it to anybody.
Mm-hmm.
What made you think
you were special?
Yeah. So,
and especially, and who's to say too? I mean, you don't know. Who's to say he can't call into your radio show and tell you your suggestion? I mean, does he have to be in view of you? Just tell you your suggestion, his suggestions over the airwaves, and all of a sudden you're killing everybody in the radio booth, and you don't even realize it.
I kind of half expected that. I was like, oh, as soon as I heard his voice, I was like, oh no.
There it goes.
But maybe he can't do it over the.
Maybe he's got to be in proximity.
Yeah. He can't do it over the phone or whatever. I don't know. Which you got to give him some kind of limitation.
Yeah. But I love Jessica too, using the people around her to find him. I mean, she was after the drugs, and what does she do? She takes her neighbor who's like high all the time, and uses him in the hospital to. Oh my gosh, he just lunged! So help! Somebody help! Oh, he just lunged at her.
And then kind of gave her the evil eye as she was walking out.
Yeah. And everybody,
I would too, Jessica.
Well, and if Jessica had said, "Hey, look, here's what's going to happen. Here's what I'm about to do," he probably would have been okay with it because he likes.
But he was so high. Would he have even known? Yeah. Understood? Who knows?
So, but anyway, but then she also used the sister and the cop because. He knocked her down. He choked her twice, and then she gave her a shot of and oh my gosh, you killed her! I can't believe you did that. And then she grabs her phone, and of course she goes out, you jerk, and blah blah blah, and of course plants the phone on him, lets him get away, so he knows she knows where he's going. So she's a user.
And I liked how she managed to kind of fake him out of trying to killing himself. They landed on the garbage. I think she kind of threw him there. I don't think they actually jumped, but
no.
But I thought that was kind of funny. But it's like, what happens when he realizes Trisha is still alive? Will it kick back in, or does it fade off?
I have no idea.
I don't either.
Because she told him, she said, you tried and I caught you and it's over now. So just forget about it. It's over. It's completely over. So my guess is that Kilgrave had said, I'm done with you. Go kill yourself. And he's done.
Yeah.
So, something else too. I had forgot about this, and I don't know. The Luke Cage. She's talking to Luke, and she says something about, do you use your powers or something like that? And he's like, no, I only use them to protect my own. I only use them to protect my stuff, basically, and protect me. But his comic book was Luke Cage, Hero for Hire.
Well, now in the series, he went out and did things. I mean, he took care of, or he got rid of. It's been so long since I've seen that series too. Was it Cottonmouth or something like that? He owned a club. Yeah, I mean, he did some stuff in the series. Of course, maybe he kind of came around thinking I can't just do for myself. I have to help the people in my neighborhood.
Right. So anyway, but yes, we finally, like I said, we get Kilgrave, which was cool. We finally get the explanation of, well, we don't get an explanation of why she hunted Luke's wife or why she hurt Luke's wife. We just know that she did hurt Luke's wife, and because of that broke Kilgrave's spell over her,
right,
or something. However it's working.
Now, is it just me? And of course, we might get other viewpoints of what happened, but when his wife was just standing there, I mean, she looked dazed, like maybe she might have been under his control too.
It's possible.
Because she didn't look scared. She didn't look, right. Oh my God, She was just like, kind of deer in headlights, just standing there. But yeah, I'm curious to find out why it was so important
to
take her out.
Yeah.
Yeah. Oh, and I did like where they kind of made some mentions, name drop. Well, not really name drops, but alluded to the MCU movies. The green guy.
Yeah. And the aliens taking over the city.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. I thought that was nice. That was good.
I think they did the same thing in Daredevil.
Oh yeah,
and it was like
they did it in Daredevil too.
It might have been the first episode of Daredevil.
I just like it when they do that because it all connects.
Poetry, and now is it just me, or did it seem for a while Feige came out and said no, they're not canon?
Right.
And I'm like, how are they not canon? They mention each other. How does this not work?
Yeah, I don't. Did he say that about the Netflix? I know he said it about Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. because I was like, okay, now that's bullshit because they mentioned the movies all the time.
I was going to say, I think part of the second, it was either the late first season or the early second season, they were cleaning up in London after the Dark World. After Thor the Dark World, they made mention of that. I mean, it was like, that's what we're there for. It's almost like, okay, this is damage control now.
And I think we need to put Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. on our list.
I think we should too.
It was a good show. I really liked it. Of course, it had Phil. I love Phil.
Everybody likes Phil. Come on.
And it had I can never remember her name. Fennec from Star Wars. Ming
Ma Ning-Wen. Is that it? Oh, you're gonna make me look this up.
So many characters to remember. Had her in it. I loved her. I loved Quake. I thought she was a good character.
Ming-Na Wen.
So yeah, I think we need to put that on our list after we do all the Defender stuff.
That is definitely doable. Oh my goodness, there's a lot of 136 episodes. Holy smokes! 7 seasons.
Oh, was it like 4 or 5 seasons?
7.
7 seasons. Okay. Well, there you go.
7 seasons. That ran a lot longer than I thought it did. For some reason, I was thinking like 3 tops, but
no, I knew it was more than 3. But yeah, that'll help us fill in time between movies and whatever TV shows we get.
Trying to find which one was the Shield's most dangerous secrets, blah, blah, blah. See, I mean, like the whole last half of the first season was dealing with Shield and Hydra, and basically all the events leading up to Winter Soldier.
Yeah, they had a couple of good villains on that show too.
Yeah, there's a lot of. I mean, each season looks like it had 21 or 22 episodes to it. So
good old days when we had 20 episodes per season, not this 6-episode bullshit. Oh my God. The Last of Us just ended last night, the season finale. Season finale. And it's like, okay, now we got to wait 2 years for that to come, for season 3. And this is only 7 episodes. I was like, what happened to 8 or 10 or something like that? Come on.
That's what gets me is, you can sit here and I'll just take shows that are on, Chicago Hope or 911 or, whatever's on TV right now. They can knock out an entire season, 22 episodes. The problem with it is I think you've got a lot of these actors with these streaming shows, and like Pedro Pascal, he has a very good movie career going on top of This Is Us, or not This Is Us, Last of Us.
Yes. Well,
so to commit to a multi-season, huh?
He's not on there anymore.
Oh. But you see what I'm saying though is that you want somebody to commit to a 22 episode season for 7 seasons. That's 130 something. How many did I say? 130 something episodes. That's asking a lot for an actor that is both a television star and a movie star. He wants to make movies as well as TV, so you can't buckle him down, as it were. So
people did it before.
If it was me personally, I wouldn't care if it was TV or movies. If I'm on TV and I've got a show that's running 6 or 8 or 10 seasons, I can make all the TV you want me to, and then when it's done, then I'll go worry about making movies. And if I can't make any more movies, hey, I can do another TV show. I don't care.
I mean, back in the day, Tom Selleck had Magnum P.I. The only movie he couldn't do
was Indiana Jones.
But he went on and did other movies while he was doing Magnum.
Yeah. Yep. What was it? I was just thinking of somebody else too. Oh, Michael J. Fox. Because Michael J. Fox ran off and did the Back to the Future movies while he was filming
Family Ties.
Yeah.
Yeah. It can be done.
So.
But what kills me, they only want to do 6 or 8 episodes, but still get paid for 22. Because some of the salaries are like
insane. Yeah.
And you're not in every episode. Come on. And it don't even have to be 22. I mean, first season of Andor, what was it, 12? Give me 12.
Yeah. Well, this last season was 12.
Well, yeah, but they dropped 3 at a time.
They dropped three per week.
Please, Disney, don't do that again. Please.
That's tough on those of us that have to watch the show on Tuesday when it drops, to be ready to talk about it on Thursday when we have to talk about it. So.
Well, even if I wasn't doing a YouTube show, I mean, because I'm on social media so much, it's like I want to watch it when it drops so I'm not spoiled. Because right. Some people can't keep their mouth shut. So, yeah, it's just like I got to watch it right then and there so I'm not spoiled. I try, if for some reason I can't watch a show, I try to scroll past real fast. Sometimes it doesn't happen.
Yep.
And then I get pissed off because I'm like,
I've
Just
seen
ruined it
too
for me.
much. So, anyway, that's why talking about Jessica Jones is good, because it's been out for a long time.
Mhm.
Nobody's talking about it, so we don't have to worry about it being spoiled.
Yeah, I really liked this episode. The first two were okay. I mean, yeah, you're getting to know
The
the
first
character.
two are character building, is what it
Yeah,
is.
right. But this third one was really good. I really enjoyed it.
I did too. Anyway, shameless plugs. What do we got tonight?
Tomorrow night, our friends over at the Sith Dominion YouTube channel, they are covering Tales of the Underworld, because they have not talked about it yet, because they were also doing
They were
Andor.
doing Andor. Yeah, I like
Yeah.
it. We were.
So they're talking about Underworld. Excuse me. I don't think there's a War of the Stars this week. I remember Garrett saying something in the chat about not having it this week. Thursday we'll be back. Clone Wars, the movie.
The movie. Yay!
Everybody's favorite. I didn't think it was that bad. Ahsoka was annoying as shit. But
it's
still,
better than watching the holiday special.
Yes.
Yes.
Or Resistance.
Or Resistance.
Friday. No Star Trek Friday. John's on vacation.
Yeah, no. Ruined my weekend.
And then Saturday, Geek Gauntlet. Sunday. Now, this past Sunday, they were going to, over on Cam and Focus YouTube channel, they were going to talk about the Green Knight, but Cam got sick. So this Sunday, they will be talking about the A24 movie, The Green Knight. You know, when he mentioned that, I thought it was like an old movie or something, but I think it came out in 2021, 22. Yeah, I was kind of shocked. I don't think I could find anywhere to watch it, but
I couldn't either.
So the Green Knight, Sunday night, if he's feeling better, because he got sick, over on Cam and Focus. And then Monday, we'll be back with Jessica Jones, episode 4.
This Friday, for those of you that do not know, if you live in the Dallas area, come out to Fan Expo. Myself and Andrew will be out there Friday evening, Saturday, and Sunday. They dropped the schedule for it yesterday. So I was sitting around looking at the schedule. I've got a lot of cool stuff, man. I'm so excited for this. I've got a lot of cool panels that I'm going to go check out. But also, no, I don't want that. So, like, I've got some sketch duels I'm going to go see.
What?
Sketch duels. Basically, they take two different comic book artists and they put them in a room and they say, okay, basically it's here, draw this particular scenario happening. And each one takes a couple of minutes, draws it out, and then the audience votes on which one's the best. And then they have a drawing at the end and you can win whatever they've drawn. So not only do you get to win it, but it's like a one-of-a-kind original, and they'll sign it for you and everything.
That sounds cool. These are the
awesome.
original artists.
These are the original. I've got one. I've actually got one. I need to get it framed. It's a Spider-Man from one of the original Spider-Man artists. So it's really cool.
Hey, that sounds cool.
I'm doing a, what is it? It's hashtag Mental Health Monday with Ashley Eckstein. That's all on Friday night. There's a return of the Toys That Made Us. They're talking to a couple of the producers from the Toys That Made Us, the Netflix documentary.
I like that show.
Yeah. I'm No Jedi. Meet Ashley Eckstein. So there's another thing with Ashley Eckstein, a couple more sketch duels. As If with Alicia Silverstone and Breckin Meyer. So they're talking about Clueless. Tales from Hill Valley with the stars from Back to the Future. But I think that one's happening. Oh, no, I'd be able to catch both of those. Save Me, a Smallville retrospective. Smallville Nights, which is, I guess, they got a bunch of the cast members. Michael Rosenbaum and
Is Tom Welling going to be
Tom
there?
Welling, yeah.
And Kirsten Kluick.
The girl who played Lois is also going to be there in the later seasons. Then IMC 3PO with Anthony Daniels is on Sunday morning, bright and early. Let's see. Rebel with a Cause, a conversation with John Boyega is Sunday morning, right after Anthony Daniels. Burgers, Gnomes, and Vampires with Kristen Schall, Schall. She does the voice of you know her voice if you heard it. She does the voice of Luis on Bob's Burgers. She was recently in Bill and Ted Face the Music. She was in that show Last Man on Earth. So
See any of those.
okay. Go look her up. You'll see her. So anyway, so she's going to be there. Like I said, it's Spotlight on Timothy Zahn. That's Sunday morning as well.
Ooh, nice.
Yeah, panel with Timothy Zahn, and it is in one of the theaters. So basically, what goes on is you've got like the main stage, and that's where all the big ones are. Then you've got the theaters, which are upstairs, and the theaters all have like the larger panels. That's where Ashley's going to be. It's a little more, little closer. But then like the programming rooms are downstairs, and those are really, I mean, like 50 people tops in those. And those are really intimate, you can really sit down and talk with and the programming rooms. If it's a good panel, like this one I've got is Capula and Snyder meet and greet. They're two comic book artists, and it's in a programming room. Now, chances are, being that those are some big names in the comic book art world right now, that's going to be a standing room only kind of thing. I've got it on my list of things I want to go see, but
now, do you have any like photo ops?
No, too expensive.
Oh, I know. Well, Chicago's having their con. I think it's in August. And Obi-Wan, Ewan McGregor, and Hayden Christensen are both going to be there. And I just went in just to look at the prices for like a photo op with both of them.
Mm-hmm. Insane.
Lord. I seriously don't know how people afford, because I don't know them personally, but I see people on TikTok or Facebook who go to a lot of the cons and they're getting all these photo ops. And I'm like, how can you afford? What job do you have? Because I want that job. Or did you win the lottery and not tell anybody? I was just like, oh.
That's one of those. If I win the lottery, I would never tell anybody, but there would be signs.
Pictures of me and Hayden and me and Ewan McGregor.
I saw somebody's setting my printer off again. I will say this, because they did have some of the photo ops, this time it's going to be this photo op and this. One of the photo ops I saw, and I had to laugh at it because, all the cast of Back to the Future is going to be there. So they've got a lot of photo ops with the Back to the Future cast. One of them was with Tom Wilson and Michael J. Fox and Elizabeth Shue, who played Lorraine in the Back to the Future movies. But the photo op was called the Say Hi to Your Mom for Me photo op. And I thought that was hilarious. Hey, kid, say hi to your mom for me. And it makes me want to go back and watch Back to the Future again. I need to. So.
Oh my, yeah, expensive.
It's it's crazy. I mean, okay, so Dirk Benedict is going to be there, and Mr. T will be there. So you've got half the A team is going to be there. But
I had a huge crush on Dirk when he was on Battlestar Galactica.
But the thing with it is that like Mr. T, just to get his autograph, it's like $300. It's like $299.99. It's crazy. I'm like, it's insane. I'm like, it sucks.
Yeah, I just don't.
Good Lord. I mean, I guess he's got all those gold chains. He's got to support that somehow.
I mean, I guess you could afford it if maybe, like you're a huge Mr. T fan, even though I don't think he's done anything in years. But it's like if you have something of his that's the only thing you're going for.
Or if that's the only thing you spend money on, like all week, you basically budget and say, okay, this is my money for Fan Expo this year, and once it's gone, it's gone. And if that means I only get one autograph or one photo op, then that's all I'm gonna get. So I don't know. It's crazy, but hopefully, as members of the press, we will get to chit chat with some of the. I'm going to do my best to where we can chat with some of them and sit down and interview them, and hopefully, we'll be able to do. Ideally, we're going to set up for some Facebook Lives and hopefully some TikToks and things like that. So we'll see. We will see, but it's going to be a lot of fun. Like I said, I will be down there on Friday, Saturday.
They printing a novel?
Luke is starting driver's ed, and they're printing off his.
Oh, no.
Yeah, I know, right?
Glad I don't have to do that anymore.
I've got two more. I've got Luke and Sam. That's the last two.
Done it 3 times. I'm glad it's over with. And it was many years ago. Many.
Can I help you, Kitty? All right. Also, we're going to be giving away stuff. I've got a bunch of crap I've got a bunch of cool items that I'm giving away. We get, like I said, we'll meet Timothy's on. I'm going to take some books for Matt, Debbie's son, to go get autographed by Timothy. I'm going to actually try and get those done on Friday so that Debbie will quit worrying about it, and I can send pictures and say, and it'll say, to Matt from Timothy, may the force be with you, something like that. And Debbie will be like, oh, my son's going to love these. So it's going to be great. There she is.
Kitty.
Demon Beast.
Oh, speaking of Kitty.
Oh, there she is. I was wondering. We hadn't seen her all night.
Ah, it's Chewy.
Well, Chewy, you missed the whole show.
Yeah, she made her entrance. And, oh, wait. Are you going to do your close-up? You going to do your close-up?
Ready for my close-up.
Maybe her tail. There you go.
No, you're going to need a bigger boat.
What a boob.
All right. Well, that's going to do it for us tonight. Don't forget to check us out on all the social medias, Facebook and Instagram and TikTok. We will see all of you next week right here on MCU. MCU Mondays. That's what we're on. Don't forget to hit that like and subscribe button. Mash that little bell for notifications so you know when we go live on things. We will see all of you next week. Have a great week, guys.
Shit! Language. No one else is going to deal with the fact that Cap just said language. I know. For gosh sake, watch your language.
That's not going away anytime soon.
You bet your ass.
Steve, you said a bad language word.
Did you tell everyone?
Out with the platinum bastard.
Steve doesn't like that kind of talk.
You know what, Romanov?
Fury, you son of a bitch.
Ooh, you kiss your mother with that mouth?